Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you are going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I am aged 19 years old. I am staying here in Harare. I am looking for anyone that can assist me, and I blame myself. And you know what, Brother Nash, my mom, she used to warn me about this relationship of mine, but I thought that this man, he was the one who was created for me by God. I am just suffering because of what this man's wife did to me. So I started dating my high school teacher when I was still in Form 3. That was when I started dating him. I used to play basketball in school. So what this teacher used to do is that just before we would have started our basketball lessons, then he would tell us to do some exercises. Most of these exercises will be lying on our backs and we'll be wearing those short tights, and then you will tell us that we need to exercise our legs. So you will be walking around whilst you will be sometimes pressing himself on our legs, saying that this was the best way to exercise our legs for stamina. With time, each and every time when he would be making us to perform all of these exercises, me and him, we would look at each other. That is how we started loving each other. One day, he told me that he wanted me to stay behind. I stayed behind, and then he told me that he wanted me to carry some of the stuff back to his own room, because at that school, each and every teacher had their own small office inside that classroom that they used to teach. So I then carried the rest of the basketballs as well as some other stuff back to his small office. He waited for me. When I had entered into his office, that was when he started touching me, and I responded because I felt that my feelings were on fire. I responded to him, and we could not make love on that day because he found out that I was still a virgin. He said that we had to find the perfect spot. Me and him, we then went to this other guest house where we slept. At that guest house, I had lied to my mom that I was going to an all-night prayer, but I knew that I was going to be with my teacher. It was really painful making love to him for the first time. He then gave me some Panadol, and it felt much better. He even crushed the Panadol and he rubbed it around my private part. He said that this is for the quick action so that I won't feel much pain. This man then said that I never thought that you were actually a virgin, and since that I have found out that you are a virgin, I want to marry you. This man, he didn't tell me that he had a wife. He just said that I do not have anyone. I used to have a girlfriend that I used to stay with, but we broke up. As for my wife, we broke up a very long time ago. So at that time, when I fell pregnant for my teacher, who is my current husband, his own wife as well fell pregnant. And when she found out that this was what was happening, she used to come to school and she would beat me up in front of other kids. Whenever she would beat me up at school, she would actually pull my hair and she would drag me out of the schoolyard. But a lot of people would rescue me when they found out that I was pregnant. They said that this thing that you are doing to this young girl, your husband is going to be arrested because he slept with someone who is an underage. That was when she agreed that I was going to be the second wife. My mom kicked me out of her house, and she said that this thing that I had done, it was not a nice thing because I knew that this man was married and he's older than I am, yet I kept on making love to him. He said, go there, I want you to suffer. I want that woman to beat you because you do not understand. I then went and I started staying with my current husband. When I was staying with her, Brother Nashi, that woman, whenever our husband will be at work, she would come at the place where I was staying. Then she would beat me up. Since I was very young, much more younger than his own wife, he said that in bed I was able to do some things and perform some tricks that his wife could not perform. He said that I was really flexible in bed. So at my place, you could actually stay for the rest of the month. But with time, Brother Nashi, that was when that woman kept on calling me. She kept on saying that the charms that you have been using on my husband, they are about to expire. I responded to her and I told her that your husband loved me and your husband loves you. We need to accept that we are sister wives. Please just accept that you are much older than I am. Can you try to understand the situation? It is not only you in this world that is in this polygamous marriage. A lot of women out there, they are in polygamous marriages. So you think that it is easy for me as well to know that I am not the first wife. I do want to become the first wife, but unfortunately I cannot become the first wife. But I respect you. I know that when I found your husband, you were already married to him. Can we please understand each other and know that we are sharing this man, because he tells me that he loves you and he tells me that he loves me as well. He cannot choose between me and you. Can we just try to work things out? But Brother Nashi, this woman then said that I curse you. I am going to see what I am going to do. After she had cursed me, I can say that it was 2 weeks after that woman had sent me a WhatsApp voice note telling me that she had cursed me. That was when I had a dream. When I had this dream, Brother Nashi, I saw that woman. This woman, she was actually holding my private parts. When she was holding my private parts, on the other hand, she was holding a sandpaper. I then was surprised as to how this thing was possible for her to remove my private part, and I was not even feeling any pain at all, and she was busy rubbing my private part with that sandpaper that she was holding on the other hand. When I woke up, I wanted to scream in pain, but it was just that when I woke up really late. Everyone, the people that we stay with, that are staying at the same house where me and my husband are renting at, they were already doing their duties. Some of them, they were washing their plates by the sink. Some of them, they were just sweeping around. So I was scared that if I was going to make a loud noise, people were going to come and knock at my door. So I just looked at my private parts. My private part, it was full of blood, and I saw that there were too many scratches on my private part. It was really painful. I then called my husband and I told him that this was what had happened to me. Each and every time when I would feel that I was too itchy down there, Brother Nash, when I would just try to scratch, when I would look at my hand, my fingers would be full of blood. There was just blood that was coming out. My husband then quickly rushed to me and he said that, what is going on with you? He looked at me, Brother Nash, and I saw that this man, he was also shocked with what he had seen. My private part, Brother Nash, even right now, it has been disfigured because of the way that the woman used her charms on me. I don't think that if I get separated from my husband, there is any man that will be willing to marry me, because there is nothing, that flesh that is on top of the private part, it is gone. It is all gone. There is nothing there. It is just plain, Brother Nashi. And he says that he is not going to abandon me, because he can see that if he abandons me, there is no one that will be willing to marry me. I think that if I try to make love to another man, that man will just run away from me, because it is quite scary, unless if I make love to that man in the dark. That man. So my husband then took me to the hospital. When we went to the hospital, even the doctors said that they do not even know what is going on with me. They said that maybe it is some sort of a skin disease. They gave me different medication, and there is nothing as scary as when you see a doctor even guessing as to what kind of medication that they are going to give you. Our doctor even went on Google. That was when I knew that my life is over. When your doctor searches something on Google just to make sure that they understand what is going on with you. I was then given some medication, antibiotics, anything you can mention it, some cream that I am supposed to rub around my private parts. When I was using that cream, there was a time when the skin on my private parts was getting really dry, you know what started happening? The skin on my private part started falling off one by one. It was peeling off until there was nothing, no skin. There is no skin left on my private part. There is nothing there. I don't know what kind of help I am going to get. If there is a traditional healer, but I doubt, Brother Nashi, is there someone who can actually return back the skin that fell off from my private part? I doubt so. Maybe if there is anyone who can actually assist me so that I can get plastic surgery. Maybe if there is anyone that is willing to do that for me, my brother, that they can actually just put something on top of my private parts, because as for now, it is quite scary. I feel so much pain, Brother Nashi, when I am on my periods. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister. She was saying that the skin on her private parts fell off. Yo,